Kubor nakaslem jong Nongpang Hima.
Menteri Rangba ka jela u Conrad ke sangma. Habakren ha ka jingalang pelat kalikit Nongpang hadumdum. Ulaya thu baka Sorkar jela ka Phai Khmat, Baroh ki Shnong ban Mang daki kalikit Nongpang ban Pynsuk yu Paidbah. Kani kadai ka jing ai kabaret Henry ka badon kam. Ula ong ru ka klam kobet khat khandai ka bala len shop ya ka jela jongi. Kalawan ra shibun ki jing e ha kini ki arsnem ki baladem. Henry ka jeatre lang hapdeng ka Sorkar bat ki Shnong ki thau ka wan ra yo so ka jingjom. Ula ong ru baleng ba ka jeatre lang kilala ban peladim ya shibun ki men simbriu. Ula kenturu ya kinong ya lam Shnong ban sumar bha ya kani ka kali ka baka Sorkar ka ai. Bakan long ka jingkar khun na ka banta kinong Shnong Baroh. Na kaliang ka kong amperin lengdo haba ai jingkren ha kani ka jingalang. Kalaong baki Shnong ki thau ki don kam ya ka jingarap na ka Sorkar banla ban yarap ikinong Shnong kamtam ha ka pangkasitom. Kala kenturu ya kinong ya lam ban sumar bha ya ki tiar ki baka Sorkar kala Aisha ki bat ban sumar ya ki kum ki tiar ki jongki.
Let us use this in the best possible way to give the best service to the people of the locality. Thank you very much. And today come out to be in the number 1 and number 2 position. This happens because there is a change in the process of governance. There's a change in the way we perceive things. There's a motivation factor that needs to be there. It's not just government, not departments, in everything we do. That's why it's very important to keep that overall picture in mind. And that's why when I tell you, like I was giving example of the governance, the e-governance projects, there's a time in 2018 when we took over, we saw that we were at the bottom of the chart. We were ranked 25, if I remember, in terms of the vaccination to be given to children. And we took it upon ourselves to ensure that all the verticals that are there in the social sector, all the departments that are there in the social sector vertical must work together to ensure that we improve the vaccination. Continuous monitoring was done. And today I'm happy to tell you that from 25, today we are ranked at number 3 in the country today. It clearly shows what continuous monitoring and continuous changes and making sure that you take action if there are some things going wrong, how we can change the overall status and aspect of things. And more importantly, if you work together as a team, that is really the game changer for us. And that's why today, when we give this ambulance, a lot of people may think that why has Chief Minister come for ambulance inauguration? Is this some kind of a political gimmick, as was being mentioned by the Honorable MLA? But absolutely not. Because this is precisely what the message we want to give. That it is ultimately leading to the goal of ensuring that we save lives. The goal is to ensure that we are able to give the service, even that 1 minute, that 1 minute difference that is there. As we say, seconds and minutes matter. So when it comes to a life, all of us know that for a patient, even a second matters. It is the message that we are sending as a community, as leaders, and as a society towards the purpose and the meaning of really taking this one step forward in ensuring that we're able to make a small but a significant difference in the health services that are being provided in and around Dundun area and Shnong city as a whole. What was mentioned earlier by Kong Amprin and the others, that we had a huge challenge. Nobody in the world ever expected the COVID to, the pandemic to happen, the kind of difficulties we faced as a government and more importantly as a society. It really taught us a lot of things. And I think the biggest message and the learnings that the experiences that I could take from these last 2 years of managing, handling, and fighting the pandemic is that one person or one organization or the government alone cannot do it. Until and unless we come together as a society, until and unless every single member of the community participates and works together, we will not be able to overcome challenges like these, even in the future. And in the last 2 years during pandemic, I take this opportunity and I would want to make it, put it on record. I've said it many times, but I want to say it again, that the cooperation that we got and the support, the work, the dedication that was there from the community in the last 2 years during the fight against the pandemic was unprecedented. I don't know how many of you know this, but there is a case study in big institutes like Oxford and Harvard on what we have been doing here as a community and how the community participation in Meghalaya had gone in such a great way and wonderful and long way in actually being able to manage the COVID situation the way we could. I'm not saying it was perfect, but the model that we had shown and showcased to the world was something that most communities, most states and countries had not seen. And of course, we all know that this is not just because of COVID. It comes from our tradition. It comes from our culture. It comes from what we are and how we are as a community and as a society. And that is really the strength of our state and of our society. And that is the biggest message that we need to carry forward as we move ahead.
Notice has become very vital for the saving of lives in our communities. The pandemic has taught us that the government of Meghalaya on its own will never be able to reach out to the needs and the demands of the community in times when sickness, illness strikes. I would like to relate to the time when I was the MLA of this constituency. We had tried our level best to ensure that the people of this area are served adequately with all the essential amenities. And it was indeed a great pleasure for me to also lend a helping hand in ensuring that the attention flagged by the community of Dumdum for the urgent requirement of an ambulance was brought to the immediate attention of our Honorable Chief Minister. Sir, thank you so much for your humbleness, your humility. A big man in the highest office in the state, wanting to come to this community in the midst of Shillong City, sends a very clear message to the people of Shillong City in particular, and the state of Meghalaya in general. Your generosity, your willingness to attend to the important requirement for medical assistance for the people of Dumdum and neighboring localities will yield the desired results in this very demanding life that all of us live. I wish to see that this vehicle will not just serve, but serve with love, with commitment, with dedication.